All right, so you started touching on a project that we were actually entertaining, a whiskey project. What
Right.
did you like about that particular one? Because they had come to us basically asking us if we can help them sell the whiskey on the blockchain. One, because there was some, in that world, there was a lot of fraud, getting a barrel that wasn't really a Macallan and things like that. So there was the usage of selling it on the blockchain for authenticity purposes. But then we kind of went down that rabbit hole, and we started coming up with a few ideas of how to get into that game in this space. So if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is that when I talk to traditional finance people, myself being one of them, I just described how my mindset could change. They kind of had the same thing. And then when I tell them this story, which I'm about to tell you, it's not a story, but like this application, they all start getting it. So I still think this is a great idea. It's another like old school, old world process. Casks of whiskey, Macallan, high-end whiskeys, they age anywhere from 1 to 50 years. The older they are, the more valuable they are. Things like, I'm talking about like millions of dollars valuable when it gets up to like 25 plus years.
Yeah, remember when we heard it would get, so in one cask, they were able to get 300 bottles out of it, right? But that cask, after 50 years, if it made it 50 years, was valued at almost 30 million because they were selling at about 90,000.
If it makes it to 50, and at the point we were talking, I think it was like 23 or 24 years old, right?
Yeah.
So what they will do is people collect these things just like they collect art. If it appreciates at an 8%, yield every year, it's an investment. And they auction them off at, like Sotheby's and Christie's or wherever they do it in Scotland or London, where these things are popular. And so basically this would be bought by one wealthy person for 750,000 pounds, I think was the barrel that we were talking about. And then that person would store it somewhere. Like they do in the art world too. A lot of these people buy art and they store it in these tax efficient warehouses. They don't even put them in their house, and they just treat it as a sole investment. It's not even about the art or the whiskey. So what we were going to do is we were going to purchase this barrel for say 750,000 pounds. We were then going to issue 300 NFTs, which would represent ownership in the barrel, and they would all represent one bottle once that cask would be opened, right? 750,000 pounds divided by 300.
2,500.
Yes. So you would buy this NFT for 2,500, which would give you one bottle or 1/300th of the cask, right? The barrel is worth $750,000 now. Let's say in 5 years, it appreciates to 1.5 million. Your NFT you can resell it probably for 5,000 pounds instead of 2,500. If the thing actually gets to 50 years, and it's $30 million, you just start doing the numbers, right? Not only that, who makes these decisions? So now you would have something formed like a DAO where these 300 people who would have to show the NFT to gain entrance. When people talk about governance, all that means is the voting mechanism for what happens. So let's say in a year, the cask goes up 8%. You say, I think we should crack the cask now and we all should get our bottles. And the other 299 people are like, you're out of your mind, we're holding this. And we would vote. 299 would vote no, you would vote yes, and that would be the end of it. That's it, right? So then you're like, screw it. I only did this because I wanted the whiskey. So you sell your NFT to somebody else and you can transfer it very easily, but you can't do that. Like there's no mechanism to do this in the world now, right? There's no broker who's like brokering transactions that are pieces of whiskey barrels. So this is a real world application to where NFT is presenting this opportunity. Does that all make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So that's what you were attracted to.
I just think it's a great idea. I still think it's a great idea. I still think we should do it.